most important parts of a political party is to bring people together to share their views and to help determine what our collective future is going to be. Now, it's normal that when you bring a lot of people together, they're going to have different ideas. In fact, they're going to have disagreements. Disagreement is normal, and it's good. However, it can sometimes go too far. Let me give you an example. The members of the Democratic Party spend thousands of hours building our party platform. And the party platform lays out what we want to do on this issue or that, and people argue about the language and they work together and they get the language exactly right, and then nobody ever talks about it again. The platform is put in the bottom of the drawer and is not a guide to our action. And this is particularly bad because so many of these questions are critical to our future. Issues like healthcare or housing or education. All of these questions really affect people, especially children, and climate change and immigration reform. These are all big questions, and we have views on them, but our state reps and others sometimes ignore them. So how are we going to fix that? Well, first of all, we have to educate people about what the platform is. We need to review that at our town committees, and we need to put it in newsletters, and we need to make it clear what we stand for. I'd like to make a whole bunch of videos saying, here's our platform, and get people from all over the party to speak to the platform. That's number one. Number two, we have to make sure that our legislators have the support to move forward on those questions, political support. Number three, we have to follow the advice that my mother actually introduced into American politics: trust but verify. So we need to look at how different reps and senators have voted. And the problem with that right now is that very often votes are hidden under voice vote. So the whole transparency of Beacon Hill leaves a lot to be desired. But in the party, we can do a lot to share information about what's happening. If we really want to hold folks accountable, first of all, we help them achieve their goals. We congratulate them when they do a good job. But we remind them that if they are not following the platform, their constituents expect them to do so. And there will be some egregious errors and mistakes where people simply refuse to do that, or they do it by a tiny margin. They support 51%. That's not good enough. And some cases, prominent Democrats endorse Republicans, including a Republican governor. Now, that is too much. And it states very clearly in our party documents that if a person does that regularly, they're no longer a Democrat and really should not participate in the party anymore. So I believe in having real accountability that starts with energizing people about the goals, make sure that people are aware of them, make sure that we measure how people do, and if they simply will refuse to follow party values, then we have to ask them to leave. I think that's entirely reasonable, and that's what I would do as chair.